Good morning, everyone. My name is Brandon Fogal. This is Evolution, the only legitimate evolution there is. The saga continues with Candace Owens and her getting to the bottom of what happened on that day, September 10th, 2025, when Charlie Kirk was assassinated. It started there, but where she has went with this whole investigation, it's touched on so many different levels, accused or implicitly accused so many different people. And you could say that she's getting to the bottom of it, but when we actually sit back and analyze where she's landed is on Turning Point USA and Erika Kirk. That's where she is kind of just plopped down, and she's not moving from that point. And if you would have told Charlie Kirk that this was going to be his legacy, and this is what he built and poured his blood, sweat, and tears in for all his life, he founded Turning Point, got married to Erika, had children with her, and that he was going to die by this horrific death. And then Candace Owens was going to just berate his widow and just terrorize her family and the company that he just did everything he could to build and make something that could actually be good for this world. It's been sad to watch. It's been tough to watch. And I try to come to it even-keeled and with a open mind every episode. Like, whenever I sit and listen to Candace Owens, whenever I'm listening to it in the background or however, I try to have an open mind. But where she has taken this seems like it's too far. And it's like there's never any there. But there has been some things that I think she's bringing to light. She's focusing on Turning Point USA, and lately it's the firings, the letting go of employees at Turning Point USA, and saying that Erika, she almost portrayed mixed, maybe just misled people at the beginning, that she had the best intentions for her employees and where we're going with this, and she was just misleading everyone. Let's actually take a look at this. This is the phone call that was leaked by employees at Turning Point USA. And before we get into it, there is so much that people can, obviously with any organization, there's going to be sins and failures. It's not going to be perfect. So I don't want to just say like I'm defending Turning Point USA, because any organization, especially a Christian organization that portrays itself as a Christian organization, is not always going to be the best example. They're not. But this is the leaked phone call that she gets into the Erika basically 5 days after Charlie was assassinated.
Erika is going to address the company for the first time. That's not a small task, by the way. Okay. She is, as you will see, at the office. She doesn't have full hair and makeup on, which, of course, I think I welcome that as a good thing. I don't expect her to be at the office, but I'm happy that she's not in full hair and makeup, because this is 5.5 days after her husband was pronounced dead. This is before we've had his funeral, anything. And I'm going to let you decide. And I'm going to tell you that the employees that chose to record this and the employees that are still there and upset with the manner in which people were fired are saying that they feel like it was like a cult. Like they knew something was off. They felt like they were being manipulated, that they were only given Erika as this symbol of, you guys need to work harder. Right?
It was certainly the fog of war when all that was going down. And to say that it felt like a cult, that it was a cult, yeah, probably. I mean, it probably could, because these are disgruntled employees that are no longer there. They're not going to be happy. You know, within any organization, everybody knows this. Wherever you work, people aren't always going to be the happiest people there, because you know that the people that are employing you can get rid of you in a second. There is no loyalty with anyone. Everybody understands that. So, and I've found, like myself, just a side note for me, I've worked at places where like I thought it was a Christian organization, and that was almost the toughest. I had a really terrible moment in my life where I was at an organization which portrayed itself almost like kind of Christian. You know, it has in the mission statement God and everything, and you're among Christians. And then being let go from there. And I really struggled with that. Honestly, I really struggled with that, because I was like, these are brothers and sisters in Christ, or And actually, I'm just thinking, I don't remember any. There was probably women there. There was, I'm sure there was. But I just remember the brothers in Christ, and it's like being let go from there. It was tough because you think that there's something underneath the surface that people are going to keep you there if you're not a good fit. And I probably wasn't a good fit. It was early on becoming like and doing things and trying to build my career and grow and everything. And I was let go. There's businesses have to make decisions, and there is no loyalty, there is no love, and it is a very, very just dry, staunchy place. And just to think that you're going to find your best friends there, you're going to find the people that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. You're there on business, and you have to separate personal and business. And that for me was I had to go through years of just like honestly forgiveness in my heart. Like I felt like that because it was something that kept reminding me like how could like Christians be like that, be so cold, like the coldest blooded people. It felt like they were just like, we're done with you, trying to almost tell me not to go in a certain way in my life, to say, oh, like have some loyalty here, but don't go down this road, like as in further in education or whatever. And I was like, and just trying to like even throw that out from under me, but then drop me the next day. And it was a struggle. It's definitely a struggle. So I understand why these employees, these people there, they're not too happy about it, to be just let go on a whim, probably because of things that Candace Owens has stirred up. She has put Turning Point in the crosshairs. And it always reminds me of like, why would Charlie, how could he be looking down from heaven and being pleased with what Candace Owens is doing? How could it boggles the mind? And I don't know if she is even on that, or if she ever was on that. She made it seem like she's a friend of Charlie, but how could you can't really have both in the same time. How could you be a friend of Charlie, but then you're trying to destroy his wife, everything, her reputation and her credibility? It's become a funny thing now of just making fun of Erika Kirk and just the whole Turning Point thing. The organization is separate to me. Like organizations are cold. They're companies, they're business. They're doing what's in their best interest, and they can throw off this cultish vibe. They can, because if you start like saying, how much do you really love being here? We need you here. We're behind you. We're always going to be there. They will drop you in a matter of moments. If it doesn't fit with their bottom line and what they care about, any organization, no one is absolved from this. All Christian organizations, all businesses, they care about their bottom line. That's all that matters. All right, this is where she's going to get into. This is just almost, to me, it's very comical because she brings up the matrix that we're in, and it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
I would say that we exist in a time right now where we recognize that we live in a matrix. Like, we actually live in a matrix, and that matrix is fully glitching. We don't know where this is going to end. It's sort of like we know they're lying, they're caught lying, they know that they've lost power, but they're still going to create this illusion that they haven't. They're going to keep writing articles, they're going to keep smearing people that are telling the truth, even though it's ineffectual. Like, no, we actually don't care anymore what they're writing, but they're going to keep doing it. They're going to tell us who we have to like. They're going to keep pretending that these people are popular and these people are awful. When does it stop? Everything feels fake and gay and fictitious. And we're learning that people who pretended like they cared about free speech are the number one people that are trying to squash it. They're trying to squash it now.
And where this always lands, and where the underneath the surface, what people never actually want to get out and say it, but they always just want to implicitly characterize and just sarcastically just dismiss and just throw out there. It's always the Jews. It's always the Jews. It's always Israel. Whatever you think, and because that's I heard like Andrew Tate the other week. He said Candace is being propped up there. They're allowing this black woman to just continue to rant and just say all these things because no one's taking her seriously. She is certainly being taken seriously by a lot of people because she's influenced the zeitgeist, the ethos that we're in. The whole this experience that we're all finding on the internet, this sarcastic, cynical vibe that just thinks that there's something behind everything, and it always is the Jews. And what to Andrew Tate, he said, "I know who killed Charlie Kirk." He said, "I know who killed Charlie Kirk, but I can't say." And he keeps like saying like, I can't, there's so many things, I can only go so far, and I can't really say it, because if I reveal everything, then they're going to kill me, and I'm going to be, they're going to take me out. I can only say so much. We all know what he's saying. It's always the Jews. It's always the rich billionaires who are of Israel. That's where it always goes. And there's people that just don't want to say it. And there's that like him, that he makes it seem like there's something bigger going on, which to me, there really is something probably going on there. But we all know what you're talking about. And Candace, we all know what you're talking about. It's always Israel. It's always the Jews. And so many, this anti-Semitic spirit that has been unleashed upon our population and upon the Western world, it's rising up. It's getting bigger and bigger, and it's becoming just mainstream. It's no longer just nuance of articulating a position that Jewish people have a lot of power. They have a lot of power. But you could say that about anyone, any nationality, any ethnicity. There's people in different positions that are rich, but we always assume that the Jews are the evil ones, that the Jews are the ones that are terrible, and they're the ones that are pulling these strings, calling these hit jobs, but you can't say it. We know where this is all going. It's her point is Israel's behind it, the Jews are behind it, and Erika Kirk and Turning Point USA covered it up. They were entangled in it. This is the explicit nature of what she's saying, but she implicitly says it every episode and hints at it. And she can't say too much. It's always just, I don't know about that. We know what you're saying. It's the Jews. It's always the Jews. It's always Israel. It's that's what it always comes down to. And people just they just live in this play world like we don't know what you're talking about. We know what you're talking about. We know what you're saying. And it does get very dark, because this is a horrific thing that we saw. Charlie Kirk being assassinated, that was horrific. And she keeps like saying like how Erika Kirk, her just being happy and not grieving the way somebody would grieve. Really, I mean, if there is something there that somehow Erika Kirk was behind it and involved in it, I mean, that would be something. But if she's not, and you're just tearing this widow apart to pieces by a person that you said was one of your best friends, that you were friends and you care nothing about him, because when this all started off, if we quickly forget, she said the only person that could get me to stop would be Erika or my husband. Erika eventually, after months, said stop. And now it's become a meme, something just funny, making fun of Erika. And she's jumping up. She's, pyrotechnics, she's just having the time of her life. I mean, that would be next level. She was a double agent of Israel. Are we going to say it? That's what be explicit, Candace. Don't just keep hinting at things. Be explicit. What do you actually think happened? Because now it's purely smear campaign on Erika and purely smear campaign on Turning Point USA. That's all it is now. There's nothing else more, and we're not finding anything else, nothing new. It has nothing to do about Charlie's assassination, what actually happened anymore. It's purely just want to destroy Erika Kirk for some reason and want to destroy Turning Point, which Charlie built. That was his whole life legacy, and that's what it is. And it's continuing to roll. It's continuing to go, but I think she's just lost, like, where she doesn't care anymore. And she knows that if she does, she's going to be sued and all this, and they're going to continue to take her, just rack up charges. How much damage have you caused to our organization? She knows where she's at. The lawsuits are going to be coming, but I love how she brings these things to light, but where she's just assuming that her people are going to just take care of her and fund her, and whatever legal bills she's going to have, people that her audience is just going to pay for them all. That's what it feels like. Let me know if you think I'm off. Let me know if you think I'm right on the money, because I am. But let me know what you think. Drop a comment. Subscribe to this channel. Follow me on X and Instagram @BrandonFogal, and have a great rest of your day.